drug masking. Drug synergy, drug masking, they combine. Oh man, is it crazy and dangerous. And I'm going to tell you the craziest combination of drug masking. Somebody can be dying and not know it at the time. I'll tell you about it. We're going to get into it right now. Let's go. K-Rugs, the Sober Dog. Hey, if you're a sober dog, you're in the Soberdogs pack, hit that like. Doesn't matter if you're in recovery, trying to get in recovery, not an addict at all, just support the movement. You're in the Soberdogs pack. Hit that like for me, yeah. Soberdogs, let's go. Drug masking. So I've done other videos about drug synergy. Put a card up, but real quick, drug synergy is where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. 1 + 1 equals 3, 4, 5, 6. When people, certain combination of drugs, when they go in the body, each one boosts the other one's effects, exponentially by, factors of 2, 3, 4, 5. So it just, a big one of this that's common in the street is heroin and benzos. People love to take heroin and benzos together because it's that drug synergy effect. Drug masking is similar, but on a different scope. It's usually an upper and a downer. And what it is when the upper is overtaking the downer and the person doesn't feel the effects of the downer for a period of time. So for example, if a person goes out and they have, 10 beers and on, from 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10, they slowly started to get more and more buzzed, and on 10 they were pretty drunk. Now the next night they go out and they're doing Adderall or cocaine during their drinking. They could go from 1 to 10 and really not feel drunk or buzzed because the Adderall or the cocaine is masking the effects of the alcohol. That's the one at the forefront and the alcohol's at the back, so to speak. But that doesn't mean that it's kicking out the alcohol or blocking it. The alcohol is still coming in, or whatever the downer is in the situation. You're just not totally feeling it yet. The effects haven't come to the front. But then what ends up happening, now that person gets to beer 10, they could feel fine. As soon as the effects of the upper start to wear off, like that, they can go from feeling sober to, because all 10 beers, the effect hit them at once, and they thought they were way soberer, not a word, but, more sober or straighter than they were. This is very dangerous. This is why, you might have heard somebody's really drunk and they got to drive home. They'll say, I just need a couple lines of Coke. That'll sober me up, or that'll straighten me out. Or even like if somebody gets pulled over, they said that sobered me up. It might have cleared their mindset for a minute, but it didn't kick the alcohol out of their system. If they're still drunk, they just got a little bit of a shake. Drug masking is unbelievably dangerous because we really have no idea how messed up we are. And it does increase tolerance because, normally on that 10th beer when I'm starting to feel, drunk, now I think, oh, I'm not. I could drink a lot more. I can go a lot further. That's why, in college what we used to do is I'd go out drinking all day for football games. Then I'd be so messed up by 4 o'clock, take a couple Adderall, do some cocaine. Now I'm wide awake, ready to go for the night. But I still got a ton of alcohol in my system. All that comes crashing down when the upper runs out and just get messed up. Or a coherent blackout. Everyone else thinks I'm good, but you're in a total blackout. Now, drug masking, there is one big one, what I talked about in the beginning, where you can actually be dying and not even know it. This is with an upper, really strong upper like cocaine or meth and heroin. Speedball. When people are injecting a speedball, what happens a lot of times is they've done enough heroin to overdose. And it literally, is enough to shut their heart down. But the upper actually is keeping it going for a little bit. Downer is going, and it can shut the heart down, but the upper comes in at the same time. That's why it's a speedball. It's mixed, and it actually can keep the heart going for a minute, and the person's actually still awake thinking, okay, you know, I did a lot, but, you know, I'm not dying. But what happens is when the upper wears off, they go into cardiac arrest and die. Literally, it is the drug keeping them alive, the other drug. But it's dangerous because if they're with anybody, they don't think, you know, oh, that person's not overdosing, they're just sitting there. And all of a sudden, you know, 15 minutes later, the coke wears off and they just start nodding out. And that's usually when people start nodding out, you know, 10, 15 minutes after they do their shot. So the friends might just think, oh, they're, you know, into their high. They're, you know, that's the goal of us addicts, is to get that high. But that person literally could be dying right then or dead. And they don't even know it because the upper is masking it. That is drug masking. It's crazy and it's dangerous. I know a lot of people do it. I did it. I did a ton of it. You know, I need to drink more, you know. But that's what it is. Very dangerous. If you want to know more about the speedballs, check out this video all about speedballs. All right? See ya.